Hello and welcome to the Digital Duet virtual demo. My name is Nathan Radcliffe, a New York City cataract and glaucoma specialist. And today I'll be taking you through the functionality of the Digital Duet so you can understand how this remarkable state-of-the-art new digital experience from Luminous helps us perform laser procedures, create laser reports, create video and photographs of various ocular pathologies. All right, well, this is the first screen that we see with the laser when the laser is powered on. And you notice that it gives you a choice between SLT and YAG laser for your treatment. Here we are on the YAG laser screen, and as you can see, I can toggle between YAG and SLT at any point in time. Power adjustments can be made here on the screen, but also on the laser itself. Same with the aiming beam. And I do find I'm monitoring those two throughout the lasers. I can change the burst mode to a single burst or triple burst depending on my needs. And of course, if I want to use a foot switch, I have that ability, as I sometimes will prefer. After I'm done performing procedures, I can switch modes. So I could go to laser, SLT, from YAG mode or back and forth. And occasionally I will combine some of my SLT lasers with other types of YAG laser. Once in the SLT mode, I can adjust my power, usually between 0.8 and 1 millijoules for me, bring up the aiming beam to an area that's comfortable for me, and I can arm the laser when I'm ready, and then of course, after the laser is performed, bring it back to the standby mode. Now, when I'm performing a laser, whether it's a SLT laser or a YAG laser, I put this Digital Duet into the live view mode here. And you'll notice I also have my settings up here. And what this allows, it allows anyone in the room, including me, to see what is in the slit lamp camera built within the laser. Now, so far I have not inputted the patient's name, and so I can't capture video or photographs, but I can have a demonstrative image here that will show anyone who's watching the anatomy that's being worked on, and they can live view the procedure. This is a great educational tool. It can be done for families who are interested in understanding what's happening with the procedure. My technician can watch me performing the laser. My technician will know when the laser is almost done and prepare the next steps. I'd now like to take you through the workflow if I'm bringing a patient in and I'm going to be recording images or video during the procedure. So here we are. I'm going to press up here and I can enter in the patient's name. We enter a medical record number. This will allow it to interface with my electronic medical record and a date of birth. And now we're ready to go. So as we go to our live view now, I can stop and I can take a picture that will be immediately saved. I can also take a video, and I'm doing that now. We've got a nice timer on the video, and I can, sweep around. One of the things I like about the video is that it does a great job staying in focus. And of course, again, I can stop my video. That will be ready to be exported or saved. I can switch, I can take photos. I also have a button here, separate from the button that shoots the laser, that allows me to take snapshots, which again, are instantly saved. And so I think you get a sense here that this is a really easy to use, high quality imaging system. Captures video, captures photographs in a method of inputting the patient's information that was very efficient. Now keep in mind, it's going to save laser parameters and allow me to export that into a report. So I'm capturing all sorts of workflow that was traditionally done with pen and paper, technicians writing down laser logs, and I just did it there into the Digital Duet with a moment's time. One other feature I'd like to show you here is that I have the option of recording sound with my laser. Now this will let in ambient noises that we have in the room, anything verbal I'm saying to the patient, but also the laser itself. You'll hear that laser firing as well as the beeping coming from the machine. And if we don't want that, we can simply mute that out. Very nice feature. Again, depending on what type of experience. I find if I'm recording an educational video, I'll hit the record button, explain what I'm doing, and it adds a lot to the quality of the video. In some cases, when we're using a laser, we may find that the light on our machine is a little bright for the imaging. This can all be corrected here by just pressing and holding, and that will normalize the light values to give you the best quality of picture. So if you're about to film something, you notice it's a little dark, you can go ahead and just make the adjustment, get the best quality video, and then go ahead and record. Once I have finished recording my video, I can go to my library where I have a few different functions. First of all, I can replay a video that I just recorded, and here we see it. This is now just recorded moments ago, but I'm watching it again, perhaps educating someone, showing a family, or even the patient what the procedure was. One other feature that I find very useful is the ability to edit images. So I've selected an image from my library, and then here I could zoom in a little bit on the image. I can enhance it a little bit. I can add a note about anything particular I think I may want to remember for the future, and then of course I can save that. After I've done that, I can then take the best videos or photographs, and I've picked one photo and one video here, and I can export those, and I'll get an option of automatically exporting to your EMR, image auto export to external storage, and I can pick send it right to the EHR or go to the external storage device, whichever is appropriate for my environment. Finally, when the laser is finished, I can generate a report. And I'm going here to a screen that will pre-populate the patient's name, the medical record number. I can select gender, date of birth is entered automatically. It will then put in the treatment date, the application, capsulotomy or iridotomy, laser type, and we can ultimately have the laser automatically input the energy used, the number of pulses, and then I could include a clinical image or add comments. So I can take this picture of the angle during the SLT, add it to my SLT report. The other feature that we have is that if you have a clinic logo, you can also similarly just include that in your report. And of course that can either be exported to a USB drive or to your network. When you think about the fact that this machine, the digital Duet, is taking all those patient informations and the laser data and synthesizing them in a report that's ready to be exported right to the EHR or saved or printed, you can see how much efficiency is created by using the laser in this manner. Another important feature that only the digital Duet has is the Smart V viewing system. And what this is it's a dual prism system that splits the light that allows you to use the laser whether you are coaxial or off-axis with your viewing. Simply put, the laser fires if everything is lined up with the tower or if it's off-axis. Now what that gives me is the ability to visualize what I need to visualize perfectly and to be able to fire the laser whenever I like. So here I am looking at an eye, and first thing I'm going to do, let me take my magnification down a little bit. I may decide to alternate between off-axis visualization. You can see the pupil is dark here, versus on-axis where I'm getting some retroillumination. I can still fire the laser because the Smart V will allow my visualization not to interfere with the laser itself. And of course, when you get the slip beam in, there's a difference between this sort of off-axis viewing and the coaxial viewing of the problem. I can alternate back and forth, and in fact, when I am using the laser, I will frequently alternate my visualization between off-axis and on-axis because ultimately I want to be able to visualize structures, understand the depth that they are within the eye before deciding how I want to approach the laser problem. Yet another unique capability that Digital Duet has is the ability to communicate with Luminous directly. Now I'm going here through settings. I can adjust other features, language, system volume, backlight, but in the tools menu, I can activate remote support and connect to Luminous, allowing their engineers to run diagnostics, software updates, or perform a variety of other remote functions that I've never seen in any of my diagnostic or laser suites until this time. Having performed a number of lasers on this platform, I'm happy to say that ergonomically it's a pleasure to use, it's wheelchair accessible, and it's ADA compliant. When I put it all together, I feel like I'm using a state-of-the-art laser with state-of-the-art imaging capabilities that are really enhancing the level of care I provide to patients, enhancing the level of education I can give to my staff and my students, and allowing my office to function with a level of efficiency that we haven't known. Generating reports, creating videos, using the Smart V system to visualize pathologies in this fantastic platform really brings everything together for me for a state-of-the-art laser experience. And I hope that by sharing some of the features of the Digital Duet with you today, you've learned a lot and enjoy and look forward to learning more about the system. Thank you. All right, so here we are. I have my patient who's ready for SLT procedure. And I've got my settings are going to be remembered from previous lasers I've done in the day. So I'm going to go ahead and activate. I've already entered the patient's information. I'll switch over now to the live video. And you'll notice I also have my settings up here. And we're ready to perform the laser. So he's positioned. Putting my lens on our patient. And here we are, we're visualizing the anterior chamber angle. Now I could stop, take a picture. I can zoom in, adjust the color, take a picture. I can also do that here at the laser. Take a picture. And what I'm going to do now is switch over to video mode and get started on video. You're doing great. Stay with me. Almost halfway done. Good job. Again, I can get some more still photos here of the angle. Sit back. Okay, I'm going to generate the report now that the laser's done. Again, very straightforward. SLT, right eye, has all my energy settings, no comments, ready to export. And that's that. So here we are getting ready to perform a laser iridotomy procedure. And so I have my laser set up. I picked some settings to get started with. I'm going to go ahead and activate the laser, and I'm going to put in my patient's information here. And we're ready to go. I'll then go over to the image capture screen and we'll get started. Okay, my patient's getting comfortable here. So I've picked a nice place, and I've pressed record, and I'm recording my laser here. Patient's doing great. Okay, come forward. Here we are. That'll do it. We've got good flow. Laser is complete. We see the fluid. She's done a great job. Very nice procedure. We can see pigment coming through the iridotomy. This proves that there was in fact relative pupillary block. It's been relieved. Very small amount of blood there, won't cause any problems. Very nice result. Now that I've performed the laser, I'm going to generate my report. So I'm still in the capture mode. I can go directly to report generation. Laser has my patient name, medical record number, any of the date. I can go ahead and adjust the gender. I can of course select on and off any of these things. I'll put in the application here, which was an iridotomy, left eye. And now we're ready to generate the report. If I wanted, I could add a clinical image, but here I'm just going to export this right into my report or save it to a USB drive. And there we have it. So that's saved us a lot of time in terms of inputting variables. Now the report is already either in my EMR or ready to be uploaded.